They'll give to Hyde. And 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5. They've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Griffin now to throw on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. And finding Pruitt. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. RG3 outside of the pocket. You know that's where he can be really dangerous with the feet or here the arm.
And that scares defenses in a big way because his ability to break ranks and still make big throws, or as you suggested, take off and go, how do you defend that when he's on his game?
And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
To throw is RG3. And Davis with it left side. 12 yards on the pickup, and that leads to a Chicago first down.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. First down, a run with Hyde. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. That changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
So nothing there, but maybe blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, some point you got to blame the plan of attack. On that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Now Griffin. And that is incomplete. The target that time was Vincent Jackson, and it brings up 4th down. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45.
Well, I've got to give him some credit there. He tried to sell the outright, tried to sell it hard. And as a receiver, what you're really trying to do is maneuver a defender inside to give yourself a little more cushion breaking to the out. But how about the defender reading it really well, not buying the fake or the maneuver inside, and getting to the sideline and helping break up the pass.
Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. Start the drive on the ground with Lacey. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. 2nd down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
It gets it over the middle of Cobb. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. They're 33 yards, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Clay Matthews not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Now it's Griffin. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Holding offense. The penalty is declined.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Rodgers to throw on second down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. Coaches really don't care if in one position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there, because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
On second down, Lacey. And he stopped immediately there. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. These short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the foot.
And we'll get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Randall Cobb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop them right at the line. Silver Salingo on the stop. On second down, here's Griffin. Flush to his right. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now a run with Hyde. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
Following the penalty, it's Hyde. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line.
Holding offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Now we'll carry for Cobb. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Griffin dancing to his left. On the left side, this is Stills. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Now this is caught by Jackson. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run. Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for them.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school, and now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
Yeah, he has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews III.
Still second down.
On second down, Hyde. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Carlos Hyde, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Will they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident...
And it's a fumble. But it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Rodgers now to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That was a long pass attempt downfield, and the ball was popped up in the air. And how come things go from really fast to almost slow motion when the ball's up in the air and the defender is unable to haul it in before it hits the ground?
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete. Eddie Lacy, the one he was trying to get it to. And it's 4th down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Hyde. Oh, he bowls over it. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go. As offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try that.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. Now Griffin on second down. Flushed out right. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. The Packers offense now hit.
You do that if you have trust, and this should be a position now.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. One receiver left, 3 to the right. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They go play action for Lacy. Now Rodgers. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
All right, say it with me now. There are a lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty?
Yep. Wiley?
Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names?
You name it. Has every move in the book.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this a 39-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. So we've reached half. Yeah, that's perfect. 2. Davis, deep. I gotta go. Okay, and sorry about that. Didn't know Larry got cut off early. We are back and ready for the third quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's the Bears defense as they head out to set up shop now. They had a pretty solid first half. Not many adjustments, but I guess there's probably always some adjustments that can be made.
Usually it's just tightened down on the things we've worked on all week in practice. Everyone thinks adjustments are bringing in something absolutely new. For the most part, it's tweaks or just emphasizing what you've worked on already. And that's what they're planning to do here in the second half.
They won't be looking to reinvent the wheel. On second down, here's Rodgers. Nelson's got it here right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, then curls back inside for the completion.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Say what you want about Eddie Lacy. He is really important to his team, and right now, they're holding him down well below his normal yardage total, and his team's losing the game.
And we talk about it so often how tough he is to bring down, but they found a way to do it.
Yeah, I think gang tackling, getting a lot of people to him, that's the key to everything. Not many guys can take him down one-on-one consistently. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, Let's take control right away. Defense,
yeah.
we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut him down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They'll run it. Here's Hyde. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just third. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They run it.
But still, a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
Time running out here on the play clock. Here's Cobb. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Let's give them a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Now they'll throw it with Griffin. Forced out to his left. And some room to work. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And still for me, with the injuries, every time he carries that football, you just kind of hold your breath, don't you?
You have to, because you noted it. The injuries in the past have derailed his career up until this point. Now we're seeing some more evidence of him using his legs again, but he does have to be careful. They need him out on the field.
Yeah, RG3, you got to have him out there. So explosive. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little...
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Carlos Hyde with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Packers get set to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the story. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A big pickup there on the run. 38 yards. Fresh set of downs here.
Every team in the league always wants explosive plays, breakout plays, and even more so when it's your horse who's had a tough time during the game.
Yeah, not that great in the first half. Maybe he can recalibrate here in the third and then carry that over to the fourth.
I like that. Recalibrate. Strong.
It's a gain of 17 that time. And it'll be a Green Bay first down. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. Now a first down carry. It's Lacer. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there. And it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. So a second down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Here's Rodgers.
We know it's not an easy job.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are back within a score.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown. But conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like you had green on that play.
And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. But so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL. Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked over the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level play.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Tackle made there by Nick Perry. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Now, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Defense.
Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point,
oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession. Defending an out route is awfully difficult because the best receivers try and sell an inside move before they break to the out, and you have to respect that as a defensive guy because if you let them, what they say, cross your face or get across you in the middle of the field, usually you're beaten on a route, and that's an easier throw for the quarterback. So you ordinarily take a step over to make sure you seal that off. In this case, he was able to not only do that, but react back to the sideline and bat the ball down.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, Every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lamar Houston in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now Rodgers. And Cook has it left side. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Around 2 minutes to go, and if the D can hold them, that'll end this one.
We always think about the offense attacking. In this case, I'm looking for the defense to do the same.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Garrett Swanson now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. We focus our attention on the Green Bay defense as they head out. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining, but a first down likely ends this thing.
And it looks like they are to coin a...
Now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They run it again with Hyde. And he'll get this up to about the 40. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Handoff comes to Hyde. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They come out here in the eye. Third down, Carlos Hyde. A gain of 8 and a first down.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed them to get through for a first down.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They run. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Hyde, he finds some open field here. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Chicago, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll have another road day next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Packers, So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching.
Show me what you like. Hey, I put money, I can match it for ya. I'm in this all white fit, looking like a brick and all them zippers on a jacket on ya. He got a thing for a Latin. He wanna hear a little Spanish in it. I told him it ain't practice it. I'm about to fill you up with Spanish. Rock up with the click and I ain't looking like the side in this. I'm the opposite cause I'm the main event in box.